What's good, people? I told you I would never feature certain chill brands, and if you want to call this a feature, I don't think the company's gonna consider me featuring their brand. But I also told you I would never buy certain fragrances, bottles or decants, and it's true. The fragrance I'm gonna talk about right now is called Mind Games Mentor, another shill brand, another brand that popped out of nowhere. What also popped out of nowhere is a bunch of free bottles for some of the biggest low-life shillfluencers I've ever seen. If you don't believe me, type in Mind Games promo code and watch all these shill names attached to this brand getting a cut, pushing this brand on their audience. This is a second Mind Games fragrance I smelled. The first one, I believe, don't quote me on this, believe it was called Blockade, which smelled like a Creed Aventus clone and not a very good one. This is called Mind Games Mentor. What they should do is they should add a F to the name and then put a little garbage can on it, because the trash is what this brand is meant for. Now, the fragrance itself didn't smell bad. I actually kind of liked it because it smelled like Herba Pura with plum. Just like the previous fragrance was a Creed Aventus clone, this is a clone of Herba Pura with a little twist. You call it a twist. You'll feel a twist to the nipple when you find out the price of these fragrances that they're shilling. $400. Now, here's the problem. I ain't got no problem with a shillfluencer brand if they make good stuff, like Parfums de Marly. Oh, these Free Bottle Brigade, shillfluencers, you name it. But I like their fragrances. Now, if you want to be a $400 shill brand, I really don't give a damn. What I give a damn about is that when I smelled this, Herba Pura really didn't come to mind. What came to mind was a clone of Herba Pura by a Middle Eastern clone house called Bahara, which sells their fragrance for $80. That's a problem. When the quality of your $400 fragrance matches the quality of a cheap Middle Eastern clone house, that's more than a problem. That's a scam. The quality of your $400 fragrance should far exceed anything from Lattafa, from Afnan, from Armaf, and the sad reality is they don't. And I wish I could get angrier. I wish I could give you a rant, be more entertaining, but it's laughable at this point. It is an utter joke. This brand is a joke. Everybody that pushed it to the fragrance community and their audience is an absolute joke. You really got excited for a free bottle of a company you had never heard of. So excited that you couldn't be objective and smell it for what it is, which is not very high quality, especially for $400. Some fragrances are even $800 from this brand. You had to run to the camera with your free bottle and push it on your audience that most likely doesn't know better and tell them how great Mind Games are and how niche they are. Every influencer that pushed this brand should be a goddamn shame to themselves. You have misled your audience into thinking this was some high quality, worthy of $400 niche brand when it's really Lattafa. And placebo is a hell of a drug. If your favorite shillfluencer convinced you to buy some of these bottles or even decants and you think they're amazing, hey, you keep enjoying the delusion. But anybody objective smelling that knows it ain't worth $400, it ain't worth $100. This is like an $80 fragrance at most. And they're charging $400, putting it in a nice pretty bottle and giving it to a nice pretty shillfluencer and absolutely scamming you. I just bought a fragrance from Afnan, 9 p.m. Rebel. This fragrance is better than this one. $50. $400. I guess it's true. There is a sucker born every minute. And luckily for Mind Games, it ain't slowing down.